Live on YouTube. Good morning, YouTube. My name is Indo Miller, and today on this business talks, we're going to talk about the difference between job and career, what it's our perception about it. And I have very nice guys here to discuss with me, okay? Flavio, can you introduce yourself, please?
My name is Flavio. I'm 46 years old. I'm a tech leader, and I'm living in São Paulo. I'm married, and that's it.
It's a lot. Ricardo, your turn.
Well, I'm Ricardo. I live at São Vicente, south coast from São Paulo. I work on a telecommunications company, and I work in the same career almost 30 years. That's it.
Okay. Thanks a lot, Ricardo. So let's start, with this question that Flavio already started. Do you consider that you have a career or a job, or both, and why? Flavio, you can start.
I always have in my mind in planning my career, and I think that it's more safe because we can plan our life, and we're always studying for always preparing for if something happen, and we always search for new technologies, and I think it's we can always planning our life when we think in career, and when we think in job is only thinking in this moment that what we
Okay,
are
so
doing.
I think, would you define difference between long-term planning and short-term planning? Okay.
Yeah.
I got it. Okay, yeah, awesome. I got your point. I agree. Ricardo, how about you? What do you think? Do you have a job or a career or both?
Well, essentially, job is temporary, and the career is a long way. I believe that in my case, you could tell that this is a career. I'm not sure. Well, when I was a child, I think about electronic or something like that, but I don't have any idea exactly. But during my studies, and I start in the specific area as a job.
Okay.
But I have some instructions. I have some education similar to this area, because I study computer science, and I work as a TV guy, installation and some services on this area. And nowadays everything is telecommunication, could be.
Yeah.
Because this area change a lot in transforming. Nowadays is everything is provides services on the internet, and I believe that after some while I notice that's my career, and I get some goals on this career. I made a college, and nowadays I consider myself But sometimes I wonder that when you choose a career, could change, could transform a lot, and it's necessary you move to another career. Because when I watch the video, I was thinking, and I don't know, suddenly someone choose a specific career that don't exist anymore. I don't know, because the
Yeah,
technology is changed a lot. So
yeah. In your opinion, do you think it's possible? I don't know if possible is a very good word, but it's possible to change, to switch the job to a career, or a career to a job, in terms of mindset, in terms of, performing things. What do you think, Flav? It's easy or hard to switch?
Mm, I always have playing in my career, and I don't know, because I always playing, I always thinking in career. I'm not
Okay,
because for example, if is I had one position, one new position, and I will analyze the disposition, the requirements, if these positions can be increased my career. And
awesome, awesome.
and if it's only for money, I don't consider this position. And for me, it's simple, but I think it's no is uh, not not all person thinking like
Do the
this.
same. Yeah,
Some people's only thinking your job. I think
yeah.
I think that how the video says. I think this is danger, because you not think in the future. You only thinking
Okay,
in the present.
okay. But I think it's this is my point of view, of course. I think it's a kind of natural, because, for example, some people, they don't have education enough to wonder what, the job could be, the activity and so on, in terms of, oh, I will, in the future, I will reach that position and so on. So that people, sometimes only, oh, I need to, get hired and make my money. That's it. I need to, I need to have money to buy my things, to provide things to my family and so on. So I think it's more a conception, because we need to consider that we are here in a bubble, because we are speaking English. And if you compare to the other people in Brazil, you will see that, um, there aren't there aren't much people that speak English. So, we can think in that term. But I agree with you. For example, for me, it's new, totally new to think in terms of career, or to, plan, you be strategic with the things that I've done. Like, I will do this because in the future I will link these results with that other things, and, I will
Uh,
plan my
uh,
game.
uh, how I work with soft developers, uh, every every time appear
Okay.
new
yeah,
technology,
yeah,
and
Yeah.
if I work in the only one technology, my how I say, my changes, no, my changes, I think,
There could be changes.
My chances, não sei, changes, my chance, my possibilities to get a new job is decreased because when in my position, the interview say to me, "Do you know it? Do you know it? Do you know
Oh,
it?
yeah.
Do you
Okay.
know it? Do you know it?" And I always thinking,
Okay.
Yeah.
because for example, I see one description of job. The job, oh, I don't know it, I don't know it, I don't know it. And for me, it's more common. I need to
Okay.
know it, I need to know it, I need to
I need
know
to
it.
learn. Okay.
Yeah. And the most
But
part of the time is the companies never use the specific ability. For example, a specific, oh, you need to, sometimes that's weird because the companies request a low level language and the high level language. Okay.
Yeah.
C and the HTML in the same, that's could be, but it's different. In the I wanted to a lot of information, but to provide a small salary. That's because if you exists a specific guy that have a lot of information, and you if you pay a good salary, that's a, a big saving, because probably if you have to hire 2 or 3 employees, is much more expensive for the company. But that's our reality nowadays. That's it.
Yeah, Ricardo, you said that your degree is in computer science. How about you,
No,
Flav?
no.
No, computer science?
My high school is a computer science. My graduation is telecommunication engineering.
Okay. How about you, Flav?
I'm information systems.
Okay. Awesome. Yeah, I think technology is different. I think you're totally right, because I've been, for example, reading some project manage, for example, totally based on the technology things like agile and so on, because you need to to get the result more fast and so on. So I got your point. So how about you, Ricardo? Do you think it's hard or easy to switch job to a career or career to a job, and vice versa?
I don't know. Sometimes, well, I'm more closer than the end of my career than to the start, because I I'm not. I have worked since I was a teenager, and so probably I have almost 30 years. I work some while, but don't have a register. I'm not sure how do you say in English, né? Sem carteira assinada. And but I have worked for 34 years probably. The laws on Brazil change a lot of times, and I believe that there are some changes in the future again. But I believe that maybe more 6, 7 years more, probably possibly I could retire. Yeah, but a lot of times I thought in changing my career, particularly because, as Flavio told, every job, every kind of task nowadays change a lot because the technology is improved every day. But I believe that on our career, technology
Mhm.
is much more impact than on others. So it's sometimes it's so exhausting. Every day you have to learn different things. Now, oh, create a new gadget, create a new software, and well, I work in so different technologies, and sometimes uh, sometimes I think that, oh, I maybe it's possible to wake wake up in the morning, broke a hawk, and come back to the home, because it's not necessary to think, just to hit on the rock, and that's okay. But I believe that is a period of our lives. I believe that when you work a lot of time in the same area, in the same career, sometimes could appear as an unsatisfaction or something. But I believe that the next month or the next year, I I found a different task, and maybe I could become more, how do you say, uh, well, it's my it's important, in my opinion. You love, or you create a career in the topic, in the matter that you love, because it's easier than another. For example, I hate technology, and the work on this area is so exhausting. Maybe, or I don't know, if you work at an artist, and the work in, I don't know, in technological fields, so that's so exhausting. But my father used to say, if you love something and you work on the same uh, field, is the shortest way to hate this thing. Because when you work is with you something, there are a lot of situations. Sometimes it's difficult to keep liking from this matter. I don't know.
Yeah, I agree. I don't like this idea of you need to love and so on, because for example, I really, when I was teenager, I would like to be a rocker, because I play guitar and so on. I like to sing, I like to play
Yeah.
instruments and so on. So, but when nowadays, when I think, imagine that I have a band, a famous band, and sing the same song for 30 years. Oh my God, I would hate to sing my song, and sometimes, for example, I think on this artist that need to sing all the same songs, and the shows, and in the tour, sing the songs, sing the song, sing the song, the same song, and oh my God, I think I would hate. But I agree with you. I think the technology can have more impact and more fast nowadays, because nowadays this field are increasing a lot, and they need people to feed the position, okay, to operate the system and so on, and to make the engine runs. And yeah, that's it. This is really interesting because, for example, I think the most part of people, it's nice to hear that Flavio planned, always plan him career, because I think the most part of people, they first get a job and then start to think in terms of career. start to work. Oh, you need to do this, and they start to, you know, understand the big picture of the things of the work. So, oh, I need to create my career. So not only do that thing, the job, but also to you know, plan the things, as Flavio mentioned. So I will, you know, I will make this question toward this discussion, that what are the potential, is a question number 6. What are the potential benefits and drawbacks of having a job versus having a career? I think that, you know, have this, there is a con to have the job. What do you think, Flavio?
What the question do you?
Is the question number
Or
no, it's a question number drawback 6. What are the potential benefits and drawbacks?
I think that when you are worried with the job, we can focus on what we are doing now. We can do it better, and we can study, and we can make our job more fast, better, make a better job. And when I think in career, we can thinking in the future, and we can think in the future in the making what we are doing now worse, because we are worried in the future. But if you don't think in the future, what we are doing now can be deprecated. And I think in your life, we always have to balance the things. We not to think in one thing, one choice. We can
Especially
balance. Balance. It's very difficult because we can spend a lot of time in studying new things, and in my position, sometimes I study at night. I study in the Saturdays and Sundays, and it's many times that spend with people. But I prefer study that watching TV, watching watching a little TV, but I don't like so much. I know I don't feel interesting. I think it's no benefit me a lot.
Okay. Yeah, this I'm thinking about this a lot, because I really like what I've done. Like, you know, I've been studying a lot as well. I'm geologist.
What do you do?
I'm geologist, and nowadays I'm a professor of a university.
Okay.
And I need to research a lot of things. So it's interesting, but I think the more my curiosity increase, more my work consume my time. So I start to use all my time to do my work, because I would like to know more and more. But I sometimes I feel kind of in a prison, because it's my behavior to want more. So I've been thinking a lot about it. Like, I need to reduce this thing. Like, oh, I need to have a break, and have a break to do the little things and to relax and so on. But it's my my natural mood.
Yeah, I think the same that you. For example, yesterday I down I down I don't mm, I sometimes I went down to my build and
Okay.
uh, and when I was in the garden, I think no, uh, uh, how long I don't come here. I
Yeah,
always
man.
in
Oh
my
my God.
apartment study.
This is not a good thing, actually. Because you start to become antisocial, like avoiding people, and so I need only to resolve. You always want to solve some problem, like no, I need to research that thing, and when you start to talk some, oh, I need to do that thing, oh, I need to.
I have I go to the churches on Sundays and I work in the church and
Okay, nice, very nice.
I make many relations there and I go to the gym. I think do you go to the gym
Okay,
too? And
yeah.
I because if we don't do these things, we come crazy, become
Yeah, I
crazy.
started to go to the gym because of it. I thought I need to do something to change my mood, like to do different things, and I start to go to the
Yeah.
gym. But that's it.
I consider that go to the gym is part of my job because
Wow, very
when
good,
my
very good point.
when my health is good, my job is good. I can work more faster. I can think more faster.
Wow, very good point, man. I never thought about that relation, but you're totally right.
We are a package a set of things. We not
Yeah,
healthy and personality and study and all things can be good to our life.
very good. How about you, Ricardo? Do you think that there are drawbacks of having a job or a career, or the
Well,
potential as well?
yeah. Essentially, the benefits are clear, no? Because as I told you, no, job is correlated to something more temporarily temporary, and I believe that's the most important thing. That's what you want. I want to be or work with each area. Because if you have a career, probably you study or prepare yourself to this point, this direction. Oh, I made a graduation in the specific area. Probably you could improve your skills and the knowledge on this thing. It's possible to earn more money, have some stability in your career. And if you have a job, uh, it's difficult, né? Particularly in Brazil. Né? Sometimes I watch interviews or news on the TV, radio, something. Uh, Apparently, if you got any kind of job in Europe and the United States, for example, it's possible to earn enough money to pay your bills. Certainly, it's not necessary. It's not possible to save money or waste money with fun or something. But in Brazil, that's so hard, no? Because you study a lot, you for example, in my case, I'm postgraduating in this area, and I have more than 100 courses. I study English. I study a lot of Spanish. I don't know. Sometimes, for example, I'm almost 50 years old, and so it's became more harder. I got new jobs in my area, not so because how smart or how knowledge I have, but essentially the creative or the adaptable situations is more correlated to young people. Sometimes that's weird. I know some aspects and I agree, but for a hand, particularly nowadays, the young people is more, how do you say, uh, is more fluent. I don't know, I'm not sure exact word. Eles são mais volúveis. It's not exact a wrong or bad thing. It's a characteristic. Né? Normally, the people have more conscious about, for example, a specific, how do you say, have responsibility around 30 years, because probably in this age is you forming a family, so you have more responsibilities. So in this case, it's difficult to, for example, a young people have to fun. Depends on the person, but it's more common. The person grow up and provide more responsibility or assuming more responsibilities. So I believe that some people choose a job and for get some money or something to reach another goal, a career. I don't know. I work in a store to pay my studies and create a career. It's difficult to think or find benefits to the job because it's my personality. I don't know, but there are some people that have different personality and I don't know. I don't want to work in the same company or the same area much time. I prefer change my job. I change to another job, I like to do different things. I don't know. Maybe it's possible, but that's weird for me to think in a person that could provide enough money to your family and pay bills and another things, change every year, for example, for a different job. That's it.
Yeah, you brought good points, like because we need to consider, for example, when the company see the people that is old, like, oh, I would like to hire new people, okay, people young, okay. In my mind, what comes in my mind is consider the generation, you know. For example, as Flavius told us, like he usually go to the church and go to the team and work, you know, this kind of very, nowadays I'm reflecting about it, this kind of very structural routine is very important. But for my generation, for example, that, you know, I've been seeing a lot of things all the time since I was, you know, a teenager, like information, and you need to do this, you know, and I hadn't the opportunity and I hadn't the possibility to structure a routine, a thing that make my life more calm. I think more planned, more easy to plan. And nowadays I see the generation that, they more than me, they grew up in a very, flooded of information environment. So they cannot handle the emotion, because, you don't have time to treat your emotion, like, I will stop right now and I will reflect on what I've been consuming in terms of information. So for me, this, of course, you told about, I made a lot of curves and so on, and the company, but, I think we have this kind of change, like in terms of generation. And in my opinion, that the old people is better because they can, be more calm, making decision, because they learn how to be calm because of the generation, of course, but plus because of the experience, plus generation and experience. For me, for example, it's only nowadays I've been thinking about it. And I imagine, the generation that now have, working a lot in a very competitive, and, I need to be better. And, in social media, high performance. And okay, the people, get crazy. The young people get crazy because they don't have, a possibility to block this kind of, information. So the emotional field of these people, is kind of very cracked. That's what I feel for.
And these reasons, many people have depression.
Yes, yeah, we have this.
You're always running.
Increasing a lot, emotion, psychological problem, emotional problem, and so on. We have a lot of, because the people don't know how to handle with this kind of, information and.
But see, if it's many difficult to balance all things. If you don't improve yourself, you become I don't know, ultrapassada.
Old fashioned, I don't know.
Out
of date.
Out of date. And if you study a lot, you become crazy. And it's difficult. It's difficult to balance difficult balance your passion with your work, with your bills. It's
but
you can manage the plates. All thing the plate is down here. Down.
Exactly.
What I think is, for example, we don't have this much in Brazil, that this the person that is a mentorship. I know that out there abroad they have a lot of this kind of mentorship program. We don't have this kind of thing much here in Brazil. That people that have a lot of experience trying to help other new professionals, like we have this whole information, but you only need this information here. This is the special information. We don't have this much in Brazil.
But it is. I talked with another person about it, but some elder people, for example, my father and my mother, not thinking it's a little older. it's older, and we don't know new technologies, and you sometimes if you hear your devices, it's
but it's not about because it's not about the skills that you need to know, because we know the skills that we need to know, because we have consulting the Google, and you see a lot of people telling the same thing. But it's more about how to handle the big picture of the things. Like, for example, you are a tech leader, and you know how a person needs to look like to be, follow, man, you need to do this if you want to that, that company see you, pay attention. You need to, perform like this. You need to, need that thing. It's not, big thing, but you only small to kind of reduce the amount of information that the people needs.
No, for example, I have a stepmother,
Okay.
and my stepmother always, my stepmother don't work, and he is retired because your father was a military, and
Okay.
he has a pension, and
Mm-hmm.
he always said me, "Don't worry, you can be relaxed." But your life is different than me, and
Yeah,
you
but
don't
the
work.
mentor, is pretty much what we've done here in this conversation. Like you said your point of view, and your point of view is based on your experience, strong experience, because you lived a lot of different situations. So you can see that, people that is young and you don't need to pass through this kind of experience. I will tell you some things that you can jump some steps and maybe to positionate yourself in other situation, trying to be more easier for you. And I know that in other countries like Europe, United States, they have a lot of this kind of thing that, the man, the businessman that, and with a lot of tips. And for example, I've been working, I've been, part of a volunteering program of mentors. I'm not a mentor. I'm just helping the people operate some system. But the people there, they have a lot of experience in in a lot of different areas, like in academic field and business, company,
No,
big industries, and so on. So I nowadays I've seen the impact of this program, and I start to wonder, oh my God, this is really important.
it's important.
For you,
When focus in something, the person
yeah,
focus in one area.
yeah,
I think
and
it's good.
even if they don't know the specific area, but you can you can bring this experience. Like when I was a teenager, when I was looking for a job, I taught that thing, and I did that thing, and wasn't good because happened this or happened that. But it's not a, how can I say, a end line. Because for example, you have a lot of experience, and Ricardo, as well, have a lot of experience, and we cannot leave this experience, go to the trash. Like you are getting old, we are getting old, and the experience you will lost, you will be
Okay.
lost. It's more like this. And when I see the figure of mentor, I start to think, oh, maybe we need to develop more this feeling here, this behavior, to help young people, like that need to be guided on that field and so on, to just to help.
Yeah.
Let me
Uh,
go ahead, Flav.
no,
You can.
go ahead, go ahead.
Well, I told you about the mentoring. I lost the conversation here, but I would like to know other things, that about what do you think about, will be the next conversation the next week. I was reading the book, but what do you think about the future of the
It's a
job?
preview.
It's a preview, yeah, the future
Yeah.
of the job. You can't, can you have you imagined some job that nowadays is not job, but in the future will be? Do you imagine that?
Uh, well, I don't know. I believe that anyone really know, but I believe I I listen to a lot of podcasts every day. I love to my wife and my child. tell a lot of times that I'm a so boring person because I listen to some music, but much more interviews, radio like is Jovem Pan, Rádio Bandeirantes. That's just listen to news, and I believe that in the future, not exactly so close that a lot of people tell, oh, the intelligence artificial, the artificial intelligence changed everything in the next year. Not exactly, but I believe that, I don't know, in the near future, 10 years, maybe, gadgets, softwares, robots, this system control you control everything you do, any kind of tasks. So in this case, personal abilities like speech or talk to the people, probably you became more attractive or more useful, or maybe essential in the future.
Good.
So yeah, apparently the a lot of different, not exactly in Brazil, because Brazil is so different. For example, us could be a privileged person because we talk on the internet, but maybe in the north or another regions of Brazil, there are so poor people that is not possible to do things like that. But essentially, in United States, in Europe, if you are a shy person, maybe probably you face issues to get jobs or something like that. I believe that's the interaction with people
Okay.
will become more necessary in the future. Apparently, I don't know, but it's situations like that in the future,
Yeah,
probably.
good thing. I'm just, to bring this spoiler here about the next topic, because I will create based on your answer.
Yeah, that's nice.
Flavio, how about you? What do you think about the future of the job?
I think
Perspectives.
that what Ricardo said, it's true, because after the pandemic, for example, in my profession, we have more interactions because we use it uh, as before the pandemic, we stay only in the table and don't talk about, because nowadays we communication more for Teams, for Zoom. It's more easy to communicate,
Yeah.
but and, but we always have the balance. For example, I work for a Bradesco bank, and I'm a third party, and but I know that the Bradesco bank are closing many stores in São Paulo. I already near my house, Bradesco closed 2 stores, and I
Okay.
saw that Bradesco put a robot in the shopping. Bradesco's security.
Okay.
And when you are going to shopping, you can meet a robot say to you about security, and and it's a craze, and I think that you can have the two hard skills and soft skills. You can deal with technologies you can deal with women, you can balance it. These
Yeah.
things.
Yeah, I think this is nice to hear because, for example, this conversation here on Talk and Talk, I think that this is very special because since I started to talking here, I've been talking to a lot of people, more than 200 people, different people from many countries, and this is interesting because I can learn from their perspective. And if, you have done the same, Ricardo have done the same, the people, the students here have done the same, like learning other language and also to communicate to others and learning. But if you see the big picture of this thing, it's a small group of people because we can, every week I see Ricardo, for example, only Ricardo and only Ricardo and, more two people. So it's small. So I think we have working in a very good way to be in a good place in the future, independent of the job and technology we have working, we have running to to improve ourselves in terms of that's my perspective. For example, you've learned English and Kat as well, more Spanish. I need to learn Spanish. Guys,
maybe just
go ahead.
one tip. We study a lot English, for example, and I don't know that in 5 years, someone creates a gadget, something that's translates everything instantaneously and not necessary, for example, disability. That's weird, but could happen.
Good point. Yeah, good point. I think because I think the core of the thing that we don't need or we can't to make our decision, like to try to imagine a very crazy situation. Like, for example, I could I will I will bring this example because it's so funny. A lot of people they don't want to learn English, and sometimes they say that, oh no, in the future all the people will need Chinese and Mandarin. A lot of it, but these people have been talking this kind of things 10 years ago, since 10 years ago or more. Like, in the future the people will speak the same language. In the future the people will speak the same language. The more for example, I've seen a lot of people that how to operate in systems and programming, and they understand about it. But I know a lot of jobs that they need a person to to do these things, and they can't find. For example, in geology, my field, we cannot, it's very hard to find a geologist that know how to program.
Yeah.
There, so that's it. And I remember in the past that people all know, in the future, all the people will know, all the people won't know about.
Yeah,
Because
exactly.
we spend a lot
You
of
told
time.
geology. You told geology.
Yeah, geology.
Yeah, I believe that I don't know any person that is have this skill or ability, knowledge.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm telling you that because I've been working and trying to merge both skills and working on it, and I'm trying to learn more. So guys, thanks a lot for this conversation. Okay,
Thank you, guys.
Let me share with you the forms because it's a protocol here.
Exactly.
And well, you can bring, for example, I brought the next topic. Okay, you can bring other topic because I'm totally open to create more questions about. And if you want to create a question, you can create a question. Okay.
Thanks
and
a lot.
tell me, tell me what you thought about this conversation and so on. And have a nice day. Enjoy the rest of the day.
Have a wonderful week for Flavio. Too.
Perfect. Thanks a lot, Fabio.
Bye
Thanks
bye.
for this conversation.
Have a
Bye-bye.
Have a nice day.